Welcome everybody to Psychedelic Capital, September 30th, 2021. Today we are going to be featuring Entheon Biomedical. We're going to be featuring Levity Labs, and we have a special presentation at the end for Sterisil, who's going to be giving an update on the work that they're doing. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. If you want to get involved in the conversation on social, use the hashtag PsyCap and interact with you directly. Welcome, Richard, to PsyCap number 15 or something like that.
You lose count, don't you? You lose count. Can't believe so many PsyCaps. Yeah, wow. And we are so close to Miami and Wonderland. Just to increase my excitement, stroke anxiety levels. I noticed Connor has now added a clock to the website. So every time I go to the website, I can see in real time. And I actually noticed about this time yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, we were 40 days and something like 3 minutes away from the opening of Wonderland, which was incredibly exciting and deeply terrifying, I guess.
Slightly terrifying
at the same time. But yeah, what a show it's shaping up to be, eh? Now you've been very busy putting all the sort of the commercial finishing touches to the event. Do you want to maybe just sort of give a bit of a name check to some of the people who've been kind enough to support us thus far?
Of course, got a list because I have a terrible memory. So big thanks to Numinous and Mindset Pharma and Wasana Health as our platinum sponsors. And we've got a host of other sponsors. Braxia Scientific will be a gold. Levity Labs will be sponsoring the VIP room. Zuber Lawler will be sponsoring the speaker room. Ambria Capital and Negev Capital will be collaborating on an activation. MNP is a bronze sponsor. Entheo Digital is going to do a pop-up with some of their technology. We've got Maya Health taking care of the t-shirts. Awaken Life Sciences in the Business Lounge, New Shama as a gold sponsor, MindCure as a silver sponsor, Cybin as a bronze sponsor, and Trip Therapeutics as a bronze sponsor. So a good roster so far, and plenty more conversations to be had on that front. We're rounding the corner with a couple other organizations, so really ecstatic about the turnout and appetite overall. I think everyone's really excited for first really big in-person return here.
Absolutely. I think everybody's very excited. I think for a lot of people it's going to be the first chance that they've had to meet certainly a lot of their international partners, but I do know of companies who are using Wonderland as their first opportunity to meet a lot of their team members. In fact,
us included.
Well, you never know. I might end up in Canada beforehand. But depending on when the US government announce when early November actually is, I've got this weird thing in the diary where I get to sort of about the 15th of October and it starts to get really nervous, because if they announce that the 7th of November is early November, then I might be watching the show from Malta. So there's a moment in time where I've just got to pack my bags and jump on a flight and hang out with you in Canada. Sorry to give you that.
I'll be in Colombia, so you might want to consider Mexico. Why don't we do an overview, Richard, if you want, of some of the key speakers that are confirmed and going to be attending Wonderland?
Yeah, I'll be in Canada. At least you'll have a house.
Oh, thank you very much,
Connor's holding the fort down.
Yeah, I mean the speaker list. We had hundreds of people who applied to speak, which was wonderful across the whole ecosystem. We've still got a few people to finally program in. We've still got a few more speakers. So lots more surprises to come in terms of people you'll have definitely heard of. However, people we've announced, of course, Mike Tyson will be joining Daniel Carcillo to talk about how psychedelics saved his life. We have some of the biggest names from the scientific community. I'm particularly excited to be welcoming Robin Carhart-Harris as a fellow Brit who's escaped to the United States quite recently. It's good to be welcoming him over from San Francisco to Miami. Robin is carving out a new life for himself in the United States, so it's wonderful that he can join us. Big favourite of mine is Matthew Johnson. I was fortunate enough to do a clubhouse with Matthew many, many months ago. I'm sure Matthew is a big sort of heavy metal fan, and maybe I even offered him the chance to get a guitar out on stage. I can't remember. But Matthew is great, a lot of fun. He really delivers some amazing, compelling insights. So I'm really looking forward to Matthew. David Nutt, another Brit, a bit of a legend in his own lifetime. So wonderful to have David Nutt on there. Ben Sessa, another favourite of mine. In fact, I think I offered Ben the opportunity to DJ as well. I really must stay off Twitter when I've had a few too many drinks. But Ben and David will be jumping on a plane to join us in Miami. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's probably somewhere in the region about 100 people we've got speaking over the 2 days.
Something in that ballpark. I've lost track, but I know Christina, our events director, is all over that. She is a saint for it.
Of course, other things which are happening in Miami, a number of other reasons not to miss Wonderland. It will be the first Microdose Awards. The nominations, you can nominate companies that you really love or people that you really love until, I think today. I think today is the final day for nominations. So if you haven't got your nomination in, now is your opportunity to propose the names of people's companies, journalists. We've got somewhere in the region of about 30 plus categories, and we want you to give us the names. And then very shortly afterwards, we will then take the top nominations and we will put it into open voting. And the winners of the awards will get themselves some space on the stage and a wonderful trophy. What more could you want? Of course, we are going to be taking the Psychedelic Capital format, which we have done for the last 15, 16 months virtually, and putting it on the big stage. If you are an entrepreneur and you are looking to raise money, now is your opportunity to talk to the whole audience, both in real life and also virtually. The judging panel will be 6 of the industry's top venture capitalists. I'm not on that list, but that goes without saying. But yes, 6 of the top venture capitalists from the industry will be judging. And it is a great way for you to talk to a professional audience about what you're doing. All you need to be is a ticket holder and put your hat in the ring. Put your name forward. You can go to the Microdose site and suggest that your business should be one of the companies who present at Psychedelic Capital live. So yeah, if you've not done that already, then please make sure you do it. The special pricing that we have in play with the Hilton Hotel, which is our partner hotel, expires pretty soon. So if you're wanting to get yourself a better price on your room in Miami, then the pricing that we've agreed for the first range of rooms, that expires very soon. So please, if you want to get a better price on the official hotel for Wonderland, then make sure that you book your hotels now. We still have early bird tickets available, but they are again coming off sale, should I say, very, very soon. So again, much better pricing on hotels and tickets if you do it today. Don't put it off, do it today. I think.
And maybe if somebody from the back end, Mr. Connor, if you wouldn't mind sending a link to the hotel rooms, that'd be awesome. We can get that in the chat. Richard, we got about 2 minutes until we move on. So big industry updates, real quick, maybe.
Yeah. So I mean, a couple of really interesting fundraisers. Delix, congratulations. That's a whopper of an A round. They're doing some really interesting things. And a company who we featured on Psychedelic Capital, who got a CEO by the same name and a company name by a similar name, are the wonderful people at Microdose, that's with a Y rather than an I, who recently closed off their round of financing, an oversubscribed round of financing. So we're really, really happy for them, which is wonderful. Before we move on to tonight's programming, I'm going to hand you over to Patrick, who's going to talk about some rather sad and unfortunate news, which we need to share with you as our audience.
Yes, it is with a heavy heart that we share our beloved content editor, Gaurav Dubey, has passed away recently. Really unfortunate news for the company. He was a clinical biologist, an incredible storyteller. He was beloved by many in the industry. It's my hope that his contributions to Microdose help create a lasting legacy for other people looking for this kind of education, help, and support with whatever their troubles may be. So we will be releasing an obituary in memory of Gaurav. We'll be setting up a fundraiser to help his family cope with the funeral expenses and the devastating loss. So that'll be announced hopefully by tomorrow. And would really appreciate the community support and softening the blow for his family, because it's not easy news for any of us to go through. So with that being said, really an unfortunate announcement. I just want to make sure that we honor Gaurav here with a moment of silence before we move on.
Thank you, Patrick.
And with that, thank you to everybody for tuning in. We will be releasing more information and sharing support for Gaurav's family quite shortly. So thank you for coming out, and we'll move on to the rest of our programming here.